talk about cross of Christ, what comes to mind is sorrow, not dancing. Oh, you Ethiopians, I don't even know what to say about you all. Just because you came here to listen to the sermon, I'm not going to praise you. You all are nothing. Starting from today, if you all are the child of the cross, you have to stop listening to music. Music is not permitted for Christians. By me saying this, singers might not be happy with me. Promise me, starting from today, you'll stop listening to music. This is what it means to carry the cross of Christ. I want everybody to make the sign of the cross with your finger and put it on your shoulders. Okay, I'll ask you a question now. Would you carry the cross of Christ on your shoulders? Glad to hear you guys agree. Don't lift your fingers from your shoulders. What it means to carry the cross of Christ is to let go of what we love dearly for the love of Christ. Just right outside of this church, there are tents that are prepared for dancing and music. I'll ask you again. Today, will you stop listening to music? Everybody say, yes, we will stop listening to music. And starting from today, you will delete all the music that you have on your phone. Glad to hear you guys agree. May God erase all the bad things in your life. May He be with us all. As you mentioned earlier, music is okay when it comes to traditional music. If the content or the message of the song is okay or has a positive message, it seems as if it's a great idea and has a great value, but it is completely wrong. The only song or music our church permits us to do is just one, which is the national anthem, because that is counted as you paying your dues or your taxes. Other than that, if we're talking about our church fathers' laws or even the Bible, there's no way where we could find or justify it. If we're saying the songs are permitted because they're traditional or has a great message, in which tradition really has a positive message? If we're talking about tradition, the people that were born in the U.S., their traditional music is hip-hop and R&B. So that means we'll have to permit that as well. They could argue, the Americans could argue, this is my tradition, this is how I grew up, this is the music that I know. They might not say the Rift Valleys and the mountains as we say here, but hip-hop and R&B is what they know, and that's their tradition. Other than that, if you're arguing to say that, if a song has a good message or has a good content, that means our church fathers or the church fathers are going to sit down and evaluate every song that's going to come out and then tell us this has a good message, so it's okay to listen to it, and this is a bad one, so don't listen to it. Therefore, that doesn't make sense. So our church fathers, they're not going to allow us, let alone the worldly music, even the praises that take place in the church. So when it gets too loud or too fast, they tend to stop it, even during Mahalit. If we study our history and look back to our forefathers, let alone permitting us music, worldly music, they even tell us not to even use instruments during our praises. They might not say the instruments are a sin, but they don't want us to use them. For instance, during liturgy, these no instruments are used. So if somebody just gets up and starts beating on a drum, that is not permitted. Even if it is the church instrument, the cover of the drum is a church instrument, but it's not allowed. Therefore, they're not even going to allow us, let alone permitting us to listen to worldly music. They don't even want us to praise God in a wrong manner.